In addition to the Illinois primary election today, a local tax question is on the ballot in Massac County. Bill Hughes reports.
The ballot asks voters if they're in favor of a temporary 1% local sales tax, which would be used for renovations at the Massac County Courthouse in Metropolis. The tax would not be paid on vehicles, boats, or RVs, unprepared food, prescription and over-the-counter drugs, farm equipment or parts, or agricultural products like seed or fertilizer. Massac County Commissioner Jason Farmer said the work is much needed at the courthouse.
Improvements to the plumbing, heating and air, electrical, and also new windows. The courthouse is over 75 years old, and it just needs a lot of updating. Also, we have issues with water getting into the courthouse with the brick and the mortar on the outside of the building. We need some issues addressed with that as well.
Farmer said there's been some ongoing maintenance at the courthouse, and the building recently got a new roof, but this project is too big to handle inside the annual budget.
Right now, we're estimating around $5 million for the renovation, but hopefully once we know we can get the bond to do these repairs, after some competitive bidding, that would be much lower.
Remember, a vote of yes on the question today means you're in favor of the additional tax to help repair the courthouse. Farmer said commissioners don't want voters to be surprised today or uninformed by the special ballot when they show up at polling places, because when that happens, it's more common for people to vote no. I'm Bill Hughes. The votes have been counted on a referendum to approve a local tax to fund repairs at the Massac County Courthouse. Here's Gary Goen.
Unofficial totals at the Massac County Clerk's office Tuesday night show with all 17 precincts counted, 2,103 people, or 52.39%, were not in favor of the tax, while 1,911 people, or 47.61%, voted yes. County commissioners were hoping the tax would be approved, so approximately $5 million in renovations could be made to the Massac County Courthouse. Commissioners had a consultant help them determine what needed to be done, but now they will have to find the money to do the work. I'm Gary Goen.
A Massac County sales tax referendum has not yet been decided, and it could be 2 weeks before everyone knows. Here's Adam Morton.
According to the county clerk's office, vote totals were 3,319 against the increase and 3,318 in favor. However, 17 mail-in absentee ballots that were requested could still come into the clerk's office within 14 days. They will be included as received, and if approved, the ballot measure would raise the sales tax from 6.25% to 7.25% for a period of up to 15 years. The estimated $840,000 yearly revenue that the tax increase would generate would be used to fix various problems with the courthouse, including plumbing, windows, HVAC, mold, and asbestos issues. I'm Adam Morton.
A Massac County sales tax referendum could be decided Tuesday.
Election day results showed that a single vote separated the sides, with 3,319 votes against the increase and 3,318 votes in favor. However, 17 mail-in absentee ballots had not yet come into the county clerk's office. By law, an additional 14 days have passed to allow any of the outstanding ballots to come through the mail. Several of the 17 have been received by the county clerk since Election Day. The ballots must have been postmarked by November 8th to be valid. Today at 2 p.m., the returned mail-in ballots will be opened and included in the vote totals, and then the final results will be certified. If approved, the ballot measure would raise the sales tax rate from 6.25% to 7.25% for a period of up to 15 years. I'm Matt McClain.
The absentee ballots have been counted, and a measure to enact a 1% sales tax increase in Massac County to pay for renovations to the county's aging courthouse building has failed to pass. Here's Tim Brockwell.
Voters were split by a razor-thin margin of one vote on Election Day, with 3,318 votes for the increase and 3,319 against. However, 17 mail-in absentee ballots had still not been received by the county clerk's office. The remaining ballots were tallied Tuesday afternoon at the Massac County Courthouse. In all, 7 ballots were received that were postmarked by the November 8th deadline. Of those, 3 voted for the tax increase and 4 voted against it. This means the measure failed by a margin of just 2 votes. Massac County Republican Party Chairman Samuel Stratemeyer says he agrees with those who voted no on the measure, saying money for courthouse renovations should come from other sources.
My response is the same as the response from the people of Massac County. They have voted twice no to increase taxes. They want the courthouse fixed with no tax increase.
Massac County Commissioner Jason Farmer, who supported the tax increase, says money for repairs will now likely have to come from existing departmental budgets.
Unfortunately, it's going to have to come from, the budgets of the office holders. It's not an option that we really wanted to explore, but unfortunately, that's probably our only option at this time.
I'm Tim Brockwell.
A county clerk in southern Illinois says there will be a recount of a proposed sales tax increase that failed by just 2 votes.
Massac County Clerk Juanita Wedekin-Newberry has scheduled a recount for Monday at 8:30 a.m. at the Massac County Courthouse in Metropolis. Money from the proposed 1% sales tax increase would be used to renovate the courthouse. The building is more than 70 years old and in such disrepair that some county employees and services have been moved elsewhere. Voters rejected the increase during the March election by 200 votes and again on November 8th by a slimmer margin. Metropolis Mayor Billy McDaniel was among those voters who petitioned for the recount. Up to 25% of the ballots may be recounted. I'm Gary Goen.
The discovery recount of 4 precincts in Massac County on the sales tax referendum has had no change on the outcome. Massac County Clerk Juanita Wedeking-Newberry released information yesterday after the recount saying that totals matched what was on the November 8th ballot in the East Brooklyn, Grant, Jefferson, and Adkins precincts. On Election Day, those voting no held a 1-vote margin, and after mail-in absentee ballots were counted November 22nd, the difference was 2 votes. Money from the proposed sales tax increase would have been used to renovate the courthouse, which is more than 70 years old and in such disrepair that some county employees and services have moved elsewhere. I'm Bill Hughes.